Italians, they are known for making statement. It may be in their cars, or maybe in the pizza, or even maybe in the style and statements. Maserati is known for their high performance machine, but is highly recognized as a high-end premium luxury lifestyle brand. Let's check out how this 2024 Maserati GranTurismo Trofeo can be evolved to make another statement of a high performance luxury brand. So all my flyers, welcome to Flywheel. Oh God! With the GranTurismo, Maserati has actually concreted their design philosophy, which has always been standard out. With this new one also, you can see some of the design elements which has been a highlight of this car. Majorly, there is a change on the headlight, it became vertical, and you can see some Maserati element of it in detail, which look amazing. So split DRLs are there, huge air vents, and even the grills look amazing, which huge. There are flaps also which get open when you on the car. Amazing thing is the Trinity logo, which has been considered as one of the most sought after car logos in the industry. On the side, in this corner, I can recall some elements from the Mercedes LS and even the Jaguar F-Type, but it has got its own charm. With the new GranTurismo, they actually had changed the hood line from the bonnet to the sidelines and look amazing. The carving look quite great, and the three air vent design on the front has been always a statement on Maserati cars. It's also been retained, and with the Trofeo logo with the red detailing, look powerful. There are 20-inch wheels in the front and 21 inch in the rear with the same design but different sizes. The body has been carved well. There's no line as such, but the carving is in a way that you can feel that masculine. You can see the masculineness of the car, and the lift spoiler with the carbon fiber details look amazing. And the most important thing always on any Maserati is the Trinity logo on its C or the D pillar, because there are SUVs now, and the quarter glass clinch all look amazing. Rear has got its own charm and character, which I'll explain, but the front three-quarter look proper like a Maserati, which retain their design language as being one of the most stylish cars in the world. You know, guys always like curves, and you can see that curves over here in the form of hip for this car and look really sexy. And this hip formation with a line over here is actually dissolved to the rear end and look amazing. And the huge rear glass can give a view of the interior from here. It's quite good. And the horizontal placed tail light is a split one which carry onto the boot. Maserati logo is here. And the most engaging and amazing part is the lower end of the bumper with quad exhaust and rear diffusers look amazing. There is an electrically operated boot, and open it, you have enough space to carry your golf bags and even for your weekend luggage with your family and two kids, and it's also electrical. In short, Maserati always has retained their lifestyle element, which always attract men as well as women. And you can see this car is again a statement. How do you find the design of this new Maserati GranTurismo in this form of Trofeo edition? You just comment on this video. The interior of this GranTurismo Trofeo is kind of a retro, more of a fusion, because you can see the Maserati lifestyle elements mixed with some of the sporty, attractive color combination. What attracted me the most is the red-black combination in the interior. Some of the brushed aluminum elements also add on to that. This Napa leather with the red color with Maserati embedded logos look amazing actually. The quality, fit and finish are quite good. There's a 3 screen, and one of the screen is actually replacement of this famous analog Maserati clock which always come on top of the dashboard. but it's been replaced as a smartwatch or smart clock now. Another screen is over here, which is entirely controlling the infotainment, and the split screen also control the climate, which is mixed with a row of switches, which are basically the drive selector. It's a row of switch which you've seen in Gracale as well as in other models, which will take some time to get used to. It's not that convenient. Other screen is the instrument console screen, which again is quite clear and good in graphic. I really like the knobs on the sides of the air vents which control the airflow, and even the air vents are placed very well. You can see a cute Italian flag over there. Sonus Faber is the sound system, and the grills of the speakers also look amazing. There's a bit of carbon fiber V1 trim over here, and you also get an induction charging for your phone, which is over here. There's a small cubby box here, cup holder. There's another glove box where you can have a USB-C, USB, and even 12-volt charging. There's a small glove box over there, and again a small pocket on the door, and there's an electrically controlled switch for opening your doors, but if that fails, there's an analog switch as well. The interior is actually 2+2 seat, which is good enough for any kind of adult in the front, but for the rear it's best for the kids. But if you have smaller guys like 5'6", maybe up to maximum 5'7", you can tightly accommodated for a short commute, but if you're going for a long drive, I won't recommend it. Otherwise, the interior is quite cozy and look good with especially these bright colors. There's no kind of sunroof or panoramic because it's a curvy Alcantara finished roof, which look again amazing. All of this with the amazing ergonomics make it more sportier. I really love the support of the seat. Rest of the things I think is better to experience while you're driving the car. So far it's been all amazing, and what I miss out when I open this hood is actually two pods in this engine. It's only V6 now, derived from MC20, but it's been detuned to 550 HP and 650 Nm torque, mated to a ZF 8-speed gearbox. And I have to say, even though we missed two pods, it is an amazing performance engine. Like 0 to 100 is just in 3.3 seconds. And this is what actually want in a performance side. Mixing out two cylinders will affect the exhaust note and the performance and the fun. Let's check it out while that we are driving the car. So before we go for the drive, let's check out the exhaust note of this GranTurismo Trofeo. We have three different modes to check. Basically, there's a comfort mode, but there's a GT, Sport and Corsa. I'll be checking out all the exhaust note. Let's crank it. So now it's in comfort. There's a basic one. There's a GT. No much difference. It's a Sport. And there's the last one, the Corsa. But it'll be more fun, I think, while driving the car. And when you put the Corsa, the car is automatically lowering because it's got a air suspension. By the way, unlike most of the present day cars, there is no soft limiter. It can rev up to 6,000 RPM. That's where the limiter is. So guys, let's have a quick launch before we go for the drive. I'm on the Corsa mode and I'm going to have a launch. Oh God. Oh God, 100. 100 is just 3 seconds. Like I'm just turning into 3 seconds. I saw it touch 100. What a launch. This is a Maserati element. Quite have the Maserati essence to it and really have the DNA of a Maserati GranTurismo. So we started early morning today. Now we just had something and I got my avocado juice with some honey, trying to be healthy. And this is how normally a GT is being used. Like, GranTurismos are normally a day-to-day car, which is good for your weekend blast. But on a daily use, you may be grabbing your juice on the way to office, or maybe you went back to home, maybe a cup of coffee, you can keep it over here. You'll be between traffic, on signal, maybe on the rush hours, but you'll be relaxed and sipping up your drink, not the poisons, but the drinks. And on a weekend, if you want to take it for the track or maybe a winding road, the car should be ready to put your adrenaline on the top. That's how a GT is considered. And Maserati GranTurismo, especially with the Trofeo variant, it's quite ready for that fun at any point of time. So this day, it's a working day. I'm on a rush hour, just after the peak traffic, going for a meeting. But in the morning, I really had great fun. You know, there are limits on these roads, but I was pushing to the limits. And at times, when you have a good turn or maybe a good stretch to push it, the dynamics of this machine was making me very comfortable. At the same time, now I'm having a very leisure drive. My entire team is in that car, which was our tracking car. But this is how a real GT should act like. And that is what I'm really enjoying with this Trofeo. Having said that, this car has 550 horses and 650 Newton meter of torque, which is quite good enough for any kind of a rag if you want to. But right now, I'm not doing that. I'm in signal, I know. I feel like to do a drag between the signal, but this is a city which keep a lot of care for the traffic and very strict. So I can just show you, even in comfort mode, how you can have some fun. You don't have to even push it to Sport or Corsa or even to GT. Just in comfort mode, how you can take it off from a signal. It's not in hardcore, but there is something which tickle you and put your adrenaline a little higher so that you're energized for your next meeting. Let's see how it is. So I'm waiting for my green to come. Still on the red. But once I'm having the green, I'm just going to take it off. Just sit. No launch, no rush, nothing. But how I can really enjoy a comfort mode with that V6 in your front, driven to the rear. With a Brembo 6-piston brake in the front, 4-piston brake in the back. So all this make you confident in the push car, and I had to say I'm still waiting because the other signal is on. I thought this is my turn. So just explaining about the brakes, which gave a lot of confidence between the signal or stop point. Wow. Just 60. But you know what your mission is. This is it. So this is how a GranTurismo is to be designed and to be engineered. Another thing about the car I told, which I'll tell you, was about the ergonomics. So now there is a bit of improvement which I've seen, which can feel while you're sitting on the seat. Which you can see while you're sitting in the seat, you don't feel very low, you don't feel very high. You're in optimum position, good steering position, everything is on reach. I know it's a bit of task to use entire touch screen, especially when you want to do the other controls apart from your regular infotainment and other things. Even when you want to control your climate, you need to have full attention on this. You won't be able to meet your tasks. But there are all the supporting aids on the steering, like the volume control and station control. But still, as we've seen on most of the Stellantis brands, it's behind the steering and it's between these pedal shifters. This pedal shifter is amazing. It looked like a Ferrari, but this is not Ferrari, not even a Mercedes or a BMW. You need to get used to that and get confused always with which is the sound, which is the station. You need to improve on that. Otherwise, shades, amazing. Infotainment, amazing. The clock, even though it's a smart one, look good. That Trinity logo on that make you feel you are on a special car. And everything is very cozy, which really matters on a GT. It's not a luxury car as such, but it's luxurious that I'm enjoying now. So guys, this is what a Maserati GranTurismo is all about. So it's a GranTurismo proper GT with kind of beefed V6, but good enough like a V8 in power terms, and even the suspension Even the gearbox is tuned well. The ZF gearbox is quick. Downshift is amazing, but kind of jerk at some point of time, which is kind of the character, which I think is something which normally seen in such cars. But as such, it's a great tourer. That's called Turismo. So now on a practical note, I've been driving this car for the last 2 days, and the average clocked according to the car system is 18 liter per 100 kilometer, which is close to 5.2, which is quite interesting. Like, it's impressive figure for such a car. Of course, it can go down the kind of driving you do, but on a normal driving, this is quite good enough. And I think that's the reason where actually Maserati might have cut down 2 more cylinders, so to make it more efficient, to meet lot of norms of the present world. Anyway, interesting car, interesting to drive, loving it, and it's got the Maserati element to it. So as I asked you initially, does it match up with the Italian lifestyle DNA? Yes, that's my answer. What do you feel and what you felt? You can comment on this video. Please do subscribe to our channel, because we will keep coming up with more such exciting machines. And if you want to see some exciting machines, do let us know. And if you like, and finally, if you have some favorite in this segment, what is that? Do let us know. So until we meet next with any kind of exciting machine, stay tuned and happy wheeling.